Day two, baby, day two. Mentorship, it's happening. We got Greg, we got Alex back for day two. It's gonna be hot, hot, hot. Turbo Tuesdays. We're gonna make some money and do it all live right here on YouTube. You never know what's gonna happen next. You never know.
I'm excited for this one. I'm a little bit nervous because I made some money yesterday. Usually when I do that, I end up losing money the next day. So I'm gonna size down. I'm gonna ask Pat a lot of questions and figure out how I can make some money today and not lose it all.
It's day two, fired up today. Yesterday was Mulligan Monday. You know, we got our feet wet. I didn't do as good as I wanted to, but really started to learn how, you know, Patrick is viewing the charts and things like that, and literally just can't wait to get in there. It's definitely going to be a green day today. It's going to be a green week, and just can't wait. Fired up to be here.
So the first couple people that I was watching on YouTube were super boring. You know, they didn't really add any value. So when I watched Patrick, it was entertainment, but also he was making money, and he's the only one who was putting out his P&Ls. I think that anybody who's in the futures trading space, check out Patrick.
Why I started following Patrick, I mean, he's just the biggest and largest. Just scrolling through different YouTube videos trying to find live trading, and the biggest thing is he actually shows his P&L. He actually shows his lifestyle as well. Like if you're in Hawaii for an entire month fishing, obviously you're making money doing this. There's so many, you know, just kind of gurus that say that they're making money or say maybe they had a little bit of a down day, but you never actually see the results or the proof or anything like that. This guy's actually showing it, so seeing is believing.
We are live, doing it from the BDH. You know how we do it. I was asking the chat earlier what team we got going today. We got the team Alex, the team Greg. Give us your synopsis of the day you're looking at here.
Since we still got 20 minutes and we're right in the middle right now of the Londons, is I'm hoping that it'll drop down to the 312, and then maybe we'll have an idea to go long. Consider the opposite if we get up to the highs, but it just depends on the momentum.
Our goal today for you is 10 points. No bullshit, no like let's get a little quick 3-point move. What we work on today with Alex, let's think this through. What are you feeling like you want to work on?
The discipline. I mean, I made some money yesterday, so I feel like usually after I do that, I tend to blow it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go all the way to max drawdown. I mean, it's so easy for us beginner traders, so I'm just gonna size down, you know, see if I can just ease into this market today.
If we have like a really fucking good looking setup, that's when you want to get in bigger size or at least like full size. And then those setups, you know, you're not too sure, those are the ones that you kind of size down. You know, if it does make the move that you think it's gonna make, at least you are able to profit, keep that kind of emotion down where you're not gonna have that FOMO, but then you're also not opening yourself up for a big old loss. All right, there's the market open. What was that? Yeah. Look. But think about it like this. See where you got in at? Like, see how this next candle has that wick on the bottom? If you're really trying to like play into that reversion, you don't want to get long there at the 317s. So let's say this doesn't rip all the way back up and you get long when we retest the lows, that entry is going to be way better. Because we've already retested the lows here. Like you kind of FOMO'd into that. Where if you would have waited for this wick candle to get put in there and then that push back up, or you would have tried to get in at the low, then you would have been sitting real pretty. You just needed to be maybe one more candle patient.
Just based on pre-market, right? From like 8 o'clock to now, we're still kind of trending down, even though we just had a strong trend upward for market open. I'd almost consider a short again with a stop at like 365 in case it does get pushed up. Otherwise, maybe it goes back down to revisit the lows.
We're up 1,600. Greg's down 130 down. We got Alex down 500. What'd you do?
I held a short.
See that little breakout right there? The high of that candle.
Yeah.
You're playing the idea of reversal. So your stop should be above that candle, not all the way at the high of the fucking opening range, silly. Ideally, what you want is you really want that price action to get real tight. Like this candle right here pushing all the way back up. If it pushes all the way back up and takes out the high of that previous candle, that's what you kind of don't want. You want like a tighter price action. So it's like building really there. Not like, you don't want like a 20-point drop and then the next candle to kind of push back up, take out the high of that candle, because then you're worried it's going to just drop back down.
So you like almost like a retouch of the VWAP, like a quick swipe or what?
If you're trying to play into support resistance, the more violent the move off of that level, the better. If we pull back into the VWAP and we get like an instant push back up, you're like, oh, that's nice. If we pull back all the way into the VWAP and then we just sit there and kind of like ding, 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 like that's when I get worried, because I'm like, uh-oh, maybe everyone's not too excited to buy the VWAP.
Yeah.
You got 10 points?
Got 10 points.
Greg got fucking 10 points. He's up. All right, he's learning, Chad. He's learning.
So it's about 10:15 day two. In my Take Profit Trader account, I'm down a couple $100. So I'm not as patient as I wanted to be. In my personal, I am up a couple $100. I guess you just trade them differently. But yesterday, I think at this point I was sitting in some chop, and we're in chop again. So hopefully the market moves, we can make some money.
Midway through the day here, I'm doing a heck of a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday I ended up the day about down 700. Now we're up $34. Trade from micros to minis, so that's helping out a little bit, and just everything PW is teaching right now is phenomenal. We're learning how to charge, we're learning how to get into it, and killing it, you know?
You're trying to get long at 88?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's fine. You're taking like 5-point trades. You gotta zoom out and look at the bigger picture, my friend. I mean, you had a good short here at the 320s. You could have held that all the way to the key level. But you know what I mean? Like, there were so many trades that you could have held. So Greg gets a F for today in terms of holding trades for longer than 10 seconds. If you weren't looking for like those quick trades, then you would be able to focus more on like the bigger picture in the trend, right? So there was plenty of times like where you could have gone with your short entry and then let it ride. And then you manage the trade once you're in it. Then you're like, okay, we're making new lows, more patience. You gotta work on that this week. That's what your 1 minute entries look like on a 5-minute chart. We're trying to size you down so that way you can hold on to trades longer and like talk yourself through them more. All right, so now you're in this trade. So what are we gonna do? See, this is the problem too with like trying to buy these dips on this, because now it's like it's rolling off. Whereas when we're trying to buy the breakouts, the market's moving up, right? So when it's starting to roll over, we're not trying to buy those dips. Remember how we're talking about like getting that price momentum to like get tight, and then we're looking for that like next expansion down from there. So that's why we're shorting those first candle to make a new low like through that. The low of that candle right there was 329. The low of that candle is 328. So we're looking to break that bear flag to the downside and shorting that momentum to the downside here. We're really kind of waiting for that price action to get really tight. And then we're looking for like that candle to make a new high or new low based on that. So riding the waves, my friend.
So we're working towards that payout, trying to get that financial freedom, of course. I have the wife, I have the family, the goats, the chickens, and the bees at home. I've been staying home with them for about 2 years. We've been doing the stock market a little bit, but I really haven't gotten that huge kind of kick to the next level yet, and that's what we're hoping that PW here is going to do for us. So really looking forward to that payout, man, and if we get it in the next couple of days, we're going to go through the roof here.
I think when I started this was for financial freedom, and the end goal is to not have a job, not have a boss, to be my own boss, and be able to work from anywhere in the world, right? I mean, that's the dream with day trading. You can just, the world is your oyster, and you can make as much money as, you know, you can take from the market.
All right, it is day 2 of the mentorship, and it's almost 12 o'clock. We're getting wrapped up here. Market, it was up, it was down, but then it just went down, 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 down. And I don't know why, but I kept looking for longs and it didn't pay. It was not a good idea to be looking for longs today, but we still walked away green. There was just a lot more potential to look for shorts. And that's sometimes the trickiest part of trading, is knowing when to hold and when to fold and when to get in and when to get out. And today was kind of a battle. Still green on the day, we're up like 8,000. I'm not gonna complain. Should have been a little bit more aggressive on those shorts. I think we had a really good setup there, just trying to get these guys on the right track. And today was a difficult day, because even myself, I felt like I wasn't really honed in on the price action. I got my trophy from Hawaii. I got to put it on the shelf in here, and we're gonna get back into it live on the tube. You went long earlier at 133. That's 50 points.
Got at least a bunch of.
But why'd you take profit there?
I was just targeting 10 points. Just targeting 10, man. And then it dropped right afterwards. So I was like, okay, I'm smart. And then it popped right after that. So I know if I held it for another, what, 7, 8, 9 minutes, that would have been phenomenal.
I mean, when you're trading like that close to the low of day, you really are kind of trading with the idea of like, hey, you got that kind of support down there, low of day. Greg had the right idea, get long there at the 133s, out of the 143s. It's still going higher now. What you got over there, Alex? How you feeling? What's the moral of the story for you today?
The story today is look for better setups and confirmation. Trend is your friend, and try to pick the bottom. And then just cutting losers way faster.
Yeah.
I mean, probably size down a little bit too.
Makes
so
sense.
Every mistake that every beginner trader makes is what I have to work on.
Trust me, it ain't easy. You know, even today, just all those fucking trying to buy the dip, trying to buy, like, why? The coulda, the shoulda, the woulda, always like that, you know? But on the end of the day, we're up 4,400 plus 2 accounts.
I had a 65% win rate today.
But think about it, you were at 65%, and if you would have let your winners, you know, run a little bit,
yeah,
you'd be #1 on the leaderboard right now. There it is. I gotta run. I love you guys. We'll see you later. Big thank you for tuning in, and peace to the Middle East. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I gotta go. We gotta go.
So today was a little tougher than yesterday. I got an eval account and I blew it up. I mean, probably within the first 2 hours. Over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading. I think that's what any new trader does. You know, you just want to get to that point where you can have that funded account without being disciplined. It's gonna happen every time. I did make some money in my funded account, luckily. You know, I'm just trying to get the eval, the take profit trader, to the funded phase and get a payout. That's the goal here.
Man, so awesome day today. Still fired up. Still not quite green yet. Trading is hard, obviously, but we're learning from the best over here. I was down a little bit more yesterday. Today, only down $48, so we're in the right trajectory. So we're just gonna keep learning, keep killing it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Day 2 of the mentorship is a wrap here at the BDH. We locked in some profit. I locked in my profit. We got Alex, we got Greg. They're working on what they're working on. We're making progress. We're identifying the issues, and now it's time to start tweaking and figuring out how can we reduce. Alex just said that he, you know, has a problem like kind of just blowing up accounts and going, you know, directly to hit those stop loss. And I think there's a bit of, you know, revenge trading, probably sizing up, oversizing, not really focusing on the setups, but more so just trying to get in, get out, focusing more on the P&L. So we're going to work on that. And then Greg today, he had some really good setups, some good trades. He just didn't hold on to them. He didn't follow the plan. That's what we're going to work on with Greg these next few days. Like I've said before, ain't nobody perfect. All right. And clearly, you know, I'm a little perfect, but I'm not fully perfect. Just a little bit of perfect. I got to go. I got things to do. But that's wrap. Day 2 of the mentorship. We can sit here all day long talking about what we coulda, shoulda, woulda, buulda, you know, all that. But it's like sometimes you just got to do it, and you got to just keep coming back, showing up, doing it again, doing it again, doing it again. And hopefully, you know, we can figure out what we're doing wrong. As much as this is about Alex and Greg, it's also about me. How can I be a better day trader? What can I do to bring more content, more valuable content to you guys? So that's it. Day 2. I got to run. Peace.